Grab a cocktail with us and welcome to the hot mess that is my life as a single makeup artist living in a college town in Florida. This is Kara's Lipstick Diary. All right, you guys, we are back with another episode. Have you hit that subscribe button? You know you want to. Hit that subscribe button so you know when the next episodes are coming out, or the second half since we're releasing them 2 parts. Hit that subscribe button. It's super important. All right, so being that, a certain someone is no longer on the show anymore, I need a straight dude to banter off of, which means I've roped Cam into doing it. Poor Cam. Not only is he making me cocktails for the show, but now he has to deal with me talking about all sorts of weird shit with him because, I need someone to banter with. All right, so let's start out. This is another cocktail he came up with. Hopefully it's not too many different things, and hopefully I make it so that he doesn't taste it and go, what the hell did you do, Kara? All right, so let's start out. We are gonna start out with 1 3/4 of Empress gin. We all know Empress is my absolute favorite gin because it starts out like this deep, dark blue purple, and then it changes colors. Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 3/4 ounces of this. And by the way, this little thingy that I'm supposed to pour it into does not have that measurement on here. So we're just gonna guess. That's hopefully at that amount. All right, and then we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of violet liqueur. Hold on, we gotta open these. I forgot to do that beforehand. All right, dropping lids on the ground, it's all good. All right, so 1/2 ounce of this. Why anyone contacts me now to find out how to make a cocktail, I don't know, because if y'all are watching this, y'all know I'm a hot damn mess. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right, from there, we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of elderflower. I also just really love these bottles. They're just really pretty. Okay, so now there we go, 1/2 ounce of this. And then when I add in the lemonade, that is when things get really pretty. You can't see it because it's in the shaker, because apparently I'm supposed to put these in a shaker. That's what I've been told. I'm not sure why. I don't really know what the difference is. But okay, so we're gonna do, there's 2 ounces. And now we have 1 ounce. All right, so now I'm gonna shake it up. And again, please do not let this spill everywhere. It's going to, I know it's going to. It always spills everywhere. Okay, here, oh God. Don't spill, don't spill, don't spill. We're gonna put it in the glass, and then we're gonna top it off with a splash of club soda. See how it changes? Oh, I love this gin so much. We're gonna use some more of the Clearly Canadian. Again, I don't know why. Ooh, I just spilled that on the counter. That was fun and exciting. I don't know why you can't get this in America, but in the case that Clearly Canadian sent me, they sent me some of it, and it's great for your cocktails. All right, you guys. Remember, hit that subscribe button. It is now time to have a fun and fabulous spill the tea conversation with Cam. And we are here with Cam. Since, a certain other straight dude is no longer here for me to banter with, Cam's gonna, be that new person. Aren't you so excited? Aren't you so thrilled that I make you do this?
Excited, a little nervous, more or less than excited, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, we know that I'm intimidating, so you're never going to live that down, by the way.
I mean, I'm not going to live a few things down in life.
It's okay. It's okay. So I need someone to, talk about the shit that's happened with dudes and get the guy perspective and explain to me what the fuck is happening and, have that. You good?
I mean, I'm ready. I guess so. Let's do it.
I can tell he's really thrilled. I make him make cocktails for me, and now I make him come on the show to talk about weird shit that's gone down. So I may have told you, I told you some of this the other night. I wasn't going to tell him any of it, but, he was making me cocktails for the show, and I might have, had a few of them and might have told him some of it. I wasn't supposed to tell him.
Being a bartender, I kind of get things
out. Yeah, right? I kind of hate you for it, but that's okay. So anyways, I was seeing a dude. We weren't committed. It was a very, we talk about who we were seeing. Everything was open. Everything was chill. First off, I knew on the first time we hooked up, maybe this was not going in the right direction, because the first thing he asked me was, we're in bed, and he's like, do you want to call me daddy or master? And I busted out laughing. I'm not sure that's appropriate to bust out laughing like that in someone's face when you're getting fucked by them, but I just totally busted out laughing. To me, I don't want to think about my father in bed. That's, if you say daddy, I'm going to think about my daddy. And master, I just can't call anyone master. I'm sorry, I'm nobody's slave. That's just not happening. So I knew things were not going to probably be the best when that's how it started.
I mean, I just have one question on that. Before we go any further, did he ask you this? Why he was inside of you?
Yes. Oh. Yeah.
Not a good play.
Not a good play, right?
This is something you need to talk about beforehand.
Right. These are certain things. There are certain things you don't just spring on someone. You have a little conversation about, because he's like inside of me, and I just started like laughing hysterically.
Well, I mean, the best sex is like emotionally and physically. So I think that communication is a big part of that, because there's only one way to get there.
Correct.
And so that's why that definitely should have been talked about beforehand.
Definitely should have been talked about before. Now, with all of that being said, this guy was probably the best lay of my life. He was fantastic. But that was a weird way for me to start it on both of our parts. And then, like I say, like both of us knew that we were seeing other people. We discussed it. I actually kind of enjoy that. Kind of entertains me. But I had said to him, like, the one thing I didn't want to do was be a side chick. So that plays into things down the road. I started knowing that I was possibly a side chick, even though I knew that we were both, like, seeing other people. So, like, I didn't really fucking care. It was when he called me the wrong name in bed. Yeah. Have you called someone by the wrong name in bed?
I mean, yes. I can't deny that. It's happened. This is why you date people that have the same names. Good trick.
Oh, I recently went on a date with a guy whose daughter's name is Kara.
Well, I'm not going to say I haven't dated a few people with the same names. I'm not going to say any of those names right now.
No names.
And that gives it up. But I've a couple times actually. I dated a girl with one name, then broke up with her, got with another girl. They happen to have the same name, so
that's handy. That's really handy. I try not to say any names in bed.
Baby is a good one.
Baby, babe, darling, honey,
daddy, maybe
Yeah, not daddy, not daddy. It literally makes me just think of my father, which is like the last thing I want to think about while I'm having sex. But like it was so because he completely did not acknowledge that he said the wrong name, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna roll with like.
Well, I mean, what was he going to do at that point to make it any better?
I don't know.
Like, apologize at that moment?
I have no idea. So, my question for you, do you ever show up to a girl's house with a butt plug in and a cock ring already on when you arrive?
Never can I say I've ever done that.
Yeah, this guy showed up that way every time. I mean, we're talking like the sex was good. He was prepared. But like, I actually have his butt plug and his cock rings.
Wow. Those are
because he left them here. Like, so now I have them. They're very clean. We've sanitized them. We discussed these in the first episode of the season 2. But I definitely clean them. You'll also see them, by the way. They will be on the cover photo for this episode. Because I figured, why the hell not put them on the cover episode for this dude? So sorry, Dr. John. Like, you're getting featured. He also told me right off the bat not to talk about him on the show. So, oops.
His features are all right there.
Yeah, hey, this has been up his ass. Like, he would literally show up with this already. Like, he drove all the way here.
That's the part that just got me right there. I was thinking it was already here, and you would use it.
No. Like, he would arrive already wearing this.
Man knows how to please himself, I guess.
Right. I was like kind of like shocked, blown away, impressed. Never had that happen before. Cam's like, I'm just going to keep drinking my drink. This is like definitely an awkward.
Sounds like a guy that'll get rid of a couple ribs, if you know what I mean.
It was an interesting experience. So we had a routine. We fucked twice a month. Okay. I didn't know we had set a routine. He just informed me that he liked our routine. And I was like, what routine is it? Like, how did I miss our conversation of like what our...
Well, I mean, he decided for you, just like he probably already decided you were going to call him daddy or master.
Yeah.
So he just couldn't get that to happen.
It didn't happen. Well,
seems like a guy that makes decisions and then
deals with it. Yeah, and I'm not the type that like deals well with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're just more spontaneous in general, I'd say. But if you have something planned, like you're about it.
But I also don't like someone like planning something for me. I mean, it's not my thing. But we met twice a month, and it was great. I mean, we're talking like dude can make me squirt 12 times in a row. Like he was really sorry, Cam. I'm really like he's not. Yeah, that many times.
Hold on, I gotta take my shoes off.
Yeah, no, it was great. And twice a month, and everything was cool. And then, like, we had a little break because certain things were happening and our schedules weren't aligning. And we were talking about, like, this is literally 1 week. We're sexting and talking about starting an OnlyFans page for me. And the next week, he's supposed to come over, and he texts me, I've had a logistical change. Do you want me to tell you in person or in text message before I get there today?
I mean, usually if someone says they have a logistical change, that means they moved.
Right. That's what I assumed too. Like, I assumed logistical change. And he had been talking about he wasn't happy at his job. They weren't paying him, da-da-da-da-da. So I thought, we're moving. And I was like, okay, well, I don't really know what logistical change is, so just tell me now. Like, get it out of the fucking way.
Of course.
His logistical change is he suddenly and unexpectedly had a girlfriend move in from New York. So have you suddenly and unexpectedly had a girlfriend just magically appear?
I'd rather keep talking about you and your situation, how your problems happen in your life. But, I've lived a wild and crazy life beforehand.
But like,
so
seriously, unexpectedly, girlfriend from a different state living with you is a little like abrupt.
it sounds like you were the side chick to begin with.
Yes.
And she was just, she happened to always be there. That's why you were only a twice a month thing
Right.
as opposed to a twice a week thing.
Which, and like I say, I knew going in, like, we were not exclusive. That was never the plan. It wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't what he was looking for. That's cool. But also when he says to me, we agree that it'll be an open polyamorous relationship. We just haven't actually defined what that means.
Well, that's also a problem.
That's a huge problem. That also means she's probably not aware of it.
100%.
Yeah. And I was like, I responded back and I was like, yo, I'm out. Like, I'm not into, like, nope, we're not lying.
I mean, you could have been like the other girls I've been with and then find that woman and then message her. And then become best friends with her because that's what they always seem to do.
So he messaged me when I told him I was out that day. He waited like 2 weeks and messaged me again and was like, don't you want to come over? And I was like, do you still have a girlfriend living with you? Like, what's happening? He's like, well, she's in Spain. And I went, okay, but you still have a girlfriend. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, when is she getting back in town? Because I would love to show up at your house and meet her and return your butt plug and cock ring to her.
She sounds like she was in Spain, twice a month already.
Yeah. I mean, I went to his house. There was no sign of a woman living there. It was very well decorated, though.
I mean, the decorating could be the man.
It could have been the dude.
Other reason, but
yeah.
I mean, like I told you the night we had drinks, it just sounds like you were a side chick from the get-go.
From the beginning.
And you tried to tell me that that's not how it was, but I was like, you
kind
of put yourself there.
But like, I point blank said to him on the date, like, the one thing I won't do is be a side chick. Like, I'm totally fine with like us each banging
as in his head, you're signing the contract. She's my side chick.
Yeah, like, and I'm like, dude, that's like literally the opposite of what I said. Is that like, am I not supposed to be honest with guys and like say these are my things?
I mean, yes, you are, but it's hard to say. With that, you kind of got to break it down a little bit more. You just kind of got to see what they're doing. You got to be involved in their life a little bit more, and that's the only way to actually see if you're not a side chick. That's also another problem with the dating in this crazy world today. Is everyone's a side chick until they're officially not
a side chick.
Which sounds like he might have had multiple. Or
well, I feel like there were
at least
multiple.
Had two.
Like I feel like there were quite a few. I feel like and that's fine. There were quite a few with me too at that time. So it ain't a big thing. But I was just like, dude, seriously, a fucking logistical change? Like, I have never heard that fucking phrase before. Not when it comes to this.
He could have came with a better wording. He could have just said, I have some bad news.
Right. Logistical change. I've had a logistical.
At least he tried to make it as smooth as he could. Like, I feel like I've done some pretty messed up things and I've tried to make them as smooth as I could in the past.
You haven't always made them smooth. You've told me some things and I'm like, I'm sorry, you said what? I won't call you out.
I mean, you can call. Hey, it's fine. My story. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm an open book. So anything that comes out, it's already out in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, social media isn't even a thing. I feel like I was already telling people what was going on before social media. So
yeah. Well, you've said some words that I'm like, you should never call anyone that. Never, Cam. I'm not sure why you didn't get punched in the face.
I have been a little brutally honest with folks in my past dating.
Not even sure that was brutally honest, other than just like really lowball.
Yes, I've called some people some things and said some things to people that I shouldn't have said.
We love you, Cam. It's okay.
And,
I'm sorry.
I've apologized to most of these folks.
Yeah, okay, good. You better have. I'll hold you to it.
Well, somebody's got to.
Like, logistical change, though. Like, seriously, a fucking logistical fucking change. And he's really lucky because a couple weeks later, I was driving down University Avenue and I kind of passed him with the girl he's dating. And that was really entertaining for me because I could see him like twitching, and I was like, oh, you can't miss me. I drive a pink car with my name and face on the side of it. So, hi, nice to see you.
Well, growing up in the same area most of my life.
Yeah.
I have been in those situations at the movie theater, at the grocery store, at the flea market, at
I like that
a
you
random
just said
party,
the flea market.
anywhere, the gas station. I have been in these situations where somebody pops up from your past, and the person.
This wasn't even really the past yet. We were like a couple days.
Well, the current is, even worse. Even worse if it's the current and the current. If you got more than one thing going on.
Little bit of an issue. Well, Dr. John, you asked not to be talked about on the show. And I told you, the one way you won't get talked about in a negative light is if you act a fool. Which you did. So sorry, Dr. John.
I'm just going to keep drinking.
Yeah. Well, and I call him Dr. John. That's like his nickname. So like, it's not like I'm really fully throwing him under the bus. I could give his full name, but I won't. I promise I don't do that. I love that my crew's looking at me like, please do. That would be great. They're giving me a thumbs up. I don't want to get sued, so like I won't do that. But Dr. John, you know who you are, because that was like a thing. Your cleaning lady was my cleaning lady for a while, and your cleaning lady called you Dr. John, and I thought it was funny. What happened? Why did we stop the episode? Well, you know how it goes now. Season 3, we're releasing in 2 parts. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and find out when the next episode is dropping. It should be like, in a week. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in a week.